Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and I'll be making a video series of two videos discussing my views about the departure of Neymar, which has been confirmed today, as well as the potential targets that Barca are interested in to fill Neymar's boots. And I feel that just to clear things off, some people are saying that maybe Barca do not need to find a replacement for Neymar, maybe they just need to work with the squad they have, and that will give them the opportunity to nurture the youth and give them place in the first team. However, I have to say that possibly every team in the world wants instant success, and that's what the fans demand. And so finding a replacement is very essential right now. It is it's very important to find that balance between having to play the youth in the first team and getting them involved. However, it's also important to not drift off the quality that Barca has been maintaining for the past probably past 2 decades. It's very important that gaps in the first team are not left, and that every player playing in that squad is worthy of being able to play for that team. So first off, I'd like to share my views about the departure of Neymar. It's I've always anticipated this. I've always known that having three players of this caliber, of this very high caliber, probably they are top 5 best in the world players in the same team, wouldn't work out for so long. Just because if any of them had to leave to any other team, they would become the star of that team, and if definitely having all of them in that same team, it probably wasn't it wasn't something that would last for long. um, you know Especially having attackers of such high caliber. Attackers are the ones that are first in line for the Ballon d'Or or for individual awards, and each one of them would have their ambition to be able to succeed in their own way. And I'm not saying that they should have left the team, or I'm agreeing with their decision, or Neymar's decision in this situation. However, I felt like this was bound to happen either sooner or later. Um, of course, Neymar has you could always feel it that he has he definitely has the potential of becoming the star of a team. He has the potential of being the best in the world, in my opinion. However, you know, in teams like Barcelona or Real Madrid, having Ronaldo and Messi, uh, I'll be very clear. I'm a Barca fan. I'm definitely I agree that Messi is the best in the world, and many people do as well. And that's not just because I'm biased. It's not because it's not big. Of course, I would be biased because Messi is a Barca legend. However, I feel that the quality Messi has given for so many years, it's unprecedented, and I don't think any other player had matched it before him. And you know I feel that whenever for example Barca have a good year, maybe win the Champions League, maybe win the domestic title, I think that the first in line, the first contender for the Ballon d'Or is always Messi. um, he definitely deserved all the Ballon d'Ors he got the previous years, because in many cases he was the inspiration to the team. Not only by scoring goals, but he had been he dragged the teams through many thick and thins, and he definitely deserves credit for that. And it's the same way for Real Madrid as well. Whenever Real Madrid win the Champions League, or having a good year, or in doing well in the domestic league, Ronaldo is definitely the first in line for the Champions League. And as far as I am concerned, I believe Ronaldo deserved many of, I'm saying, he deserved his Ballon d'Ors the past few years. He may not have, been the best. However, looking at the Ballon d'Or and how it works, and I'm not saying that just for Ronaldo, that's also for Messi. Whenever it's it's an individual award, of course, and it's gained by players for their individual performance. However, it's always, the player success is always linked with the team's success, and if their team is not successful, their contribution, it seems useless. Even though, for example, a player that plays in a weaker team, he may have been contributing to them much more than a player like Messi or Ronaldo is contributing to Barca or Real Madrid. However, just because these teams are winning trophies and are basically the champions of Europe in that case, which is basically the best continent for football. So that definitely gives you the opportunity. It gives the opportunity to the star of that team to be the best in the world for that year. I think this year, of course, the Ballon d'Or is yet to come, is yet to be announced. However, you may also call me biased, but I think individual performance wise, Messi has shown the best performance this year. Um, Barca may not have won major trophies, and that's true, and that's why Messi is not, it's not the main contender for it. Ronaldo is. Definitely, Real Madrid have done better this year. However, you look at how Ronaldo, contributed to his team and how Messi contributing to his team. I feel that Messi's contribution is much, much better than Ronaldo's, and in my honest belief, I feel that Real Madrid's best player this year has been Marcelo, but he would never win it. He is, he's I think he's phenomenal. He has improved a lot on his defensive game. He makes those runs, and I feel like he's the unsung hero of that team, the team that won the Champions League back to back. And I feel that it's very important for him to gain credit for what he's done. However, definitely he wouldn't be getting so because he's not an attacker. He does not get goals. And I'm not drifting off the Neymar situation, but just saying that every one of those top players would want to improve. And I'm not saying Neymar was in Messi's shadow. However, because Neymar improved because of playing again next to Messi. If he had stayed in Santos till this age, he probably wouldn't have reached to the levels that he's reached. Barca has given him playtime. They've given him, they've given him a lot of experience playing in very, very important matches in the best championships. I mean, and they've given him a lot. And I think without that experience of working next to Messi, he wouldn't have reached to what he's reached now. But he definitely is a player that wants to make a name for himself. He wants to make history for himself, and for him to stay at Barca, he probably thought it through that Messi is not getting any younger. However, he's not deteriorating in form. He's actually improving, and that may have been a huge concern for him. Like, people were saying that he in 2 to 3 years he will be leading that Barca team, and I think with the way Messi is doing right now, he probably has at least 4 to 5 more years at that top level. So it's very important that because he can drop deeper, he can Messi's game is not very physical, it's not very pacey, and I'll be continuing in the next video.